Chris, the fire is up here on the side of the hill on the west side of Broadway off what is Lee Hill Road here on the northwest part of the city of Boulder. Right now we don't have a good handle on the size. It's not tremendous in its size. It looks like it may have just started with the possibility of some power lines that may have ignited this, although that is not confirmed at this point. We did see some Xcel Energy vehicles going up the road here. It's a very windy road, Lee Hill Road, that goes up the side of the foothills. We saw those trucks going up there as well as some Boulder fire equipment. They're up on the side of this hill. You can't see it from this perspective. It's wrapped up around the side of the hill, but I can tell you there are homes up there. There are people living up there, and this obviously is a great concern with the wind that's blowing right now in the foothills here in Boulder. So at this point, no idea on the size. It looks like it's coming and going with the wind as the wind shifts here from each and every moment here in Boulder. But we're going to keep an eye on it all morning long. This is, of course, the greatest fear up here after the NCAR fire just a couple of weeks ago, and of course the Marshall fire at the end of last year. The greatest fear here is the wind and the ignition, and there's some more fire equipment going up the road here right now, going up Lee Hill, going to the west up and over the foothills to that fire scene. But again, the greatest fear, the wind and a source of ignition now that could spark another blaze here of some pretty good magnitude here in Boulder. Again, the fire right now, it looks to be small, and crews are just jumping on it at this time in the morning, trying to get it out as quickly as possible. In Boulder, along Lee Hill, I'm Jim Hooley, Daybreak on 2.
You know, Jim, I'm curious. You talk about the winds being a big factor. What are you experiencing there where you're at? I mean, it doesn't look super gusty, but what have you seen up there in terms of your own experience with the winds?
You know, it comes and goes here, Chris, as wind obviously does. Every once in a while we'll get a pretty good gust. Nothing tremendous right now, and strangely enough, we got a little moisture, a little rain, some drizzle coming out of the sky as well. That could be a big plus if that drizzle, that rain would pick up. That could be a big plus for the firefighters, but I can only stress right now they're trying to jump on this fire and get it out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that moisture will help, because that's the big problem, in addition to the winds, is the vegetation being so dry.
One more quick question for you, Jim. You've been in Boulder many years. Here's some video you sent us moments ago of these crews responding to the fire. Can you give us a sense of, is this I saw a bunch of sort of roads. Are these cabins? Are these homes separated by forest? Are these subdivisions? What is Lee Hill and Deer Trail? How populated is it?
Well, you're about 3 or 4 miles off of Broadway here, again on the northwest part of Boulder. The city of Boulder would be actually Boulder County. And you have homes and subdivisions up here, homes that are separated by a pretty good amount of acreage. People live up here. A lot of them have livestock. People have horses up here. The homes are, you know, people live up there to get away from city life, so to speak. So they're up there. It's kind of rural in some sense, but there are quite a few homes, and in many ways, in some locations, there's not many ways out. If indeed there is a fire of a pretty good size or magnitude, there could be a problem trying to get people out of there. That's not to say that that's the case right now, but people have to be aware of it. The people that live up here are very aware of their fire safety and what has to happen when there's a wildfire up here in these foothills.
All right, that's what we call the Pinpoint Weather Alert Day. Thanks for keeping us informed. We appreciate it, Jim.
And we'll check in with Jim throughout the morning. We know it's super important. A lot of folks concerned about fire danger. Thank you, Jim. Also this morning,